morning, everyone. Glad everybody could make it today. Memorial Day is set aside for Americans to honor and remember those who perished while serving our country. Today we're going to take the opportunity to honor those that serve our country and our community. You all please rise. Color Guard, present colors. Color Guard.
Mark time, march, left, 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 right, color guard, halt, left, face.
Detective Ransom is going to do our pledge.
Move your covers, hand over heart, or you salute.
Color guard, present arms.
Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Color Guard, dismissed.
Color guard, right, face. Color guard, forward, march, left, left.
Please be seated. Good morning, honored guests, Mr. Mayor. Happy birthday, Stu. That's you, sir. Happy birthday to you. I just want to take a quick moment just to have a little something to say about Memorial Day, because when people hear Memorial Day, they look at it as the start of summer. That's when everybody want to break out all the drinks, go to the shore, go to the clubs, go to the parks, break out the grill. I'm just hoping that everybody take one moment during that time and think about the reason why you have Memorial Day. And when people say Happy Memorial Day and they see a veteran, they say Happy Memorial Day to you. It should be thank you for your service. And that return should be proud to serve, because there was so many young men and women that came before us. In order for us to have a Memorial Day, they put their lives on the line. And they gave all. Some of them gave all. And that's the reason why we have Memorial Day. So when we talk to people, when we talk to our families, make sure that we spread that message. And for next year, let's everybody here bring somebody to a ceremony such as this. Thank you.
Okay, in honor of the military that are here, when we play your anthem for your branch of service, please stand. So we got a few of our veterans out here. Thank you for your service. Vietnam veterans, welcome home. We're here again, as we mentioned, for Memorial Day, but also 3 gentlemen in our community who, after they served their country, some came back to serve their community. I'd like to introduce Senator Vitale for the first proclamation.
Thank you, John. I thank you for everyone who came out today and to observe Memorial Day. And it's, you know, there's one person missing and who traditionally led this program, and that's, of course, Jack Mcgreevey. And we should all give Jack a hand right now for all his service. Now, we recognized Jack on the floor of the Senate yesterday with some words, and a lot of the members have gotten to know Jack over the years, because not only was he, of course, Jim's dad, and he interacted with the legislators in Trenton, but his service to veterans in this state wasn't to be matched by anyone. His dedication from the day he woke up in the morning, and Sharon knows this, to the moment he went to sleep, he was dedicated to helping veterans across New Jersey, literally driving men and women to the VA for their help, making sure they got the benefits that they deserved. And the best thing about Jack, and there were lots of things that were great about Jack, he never took no for an answer. And he got the work done. And in addition to that, of course, you don't do this all by yourself in a vacuum, but he had he called his first assistant, and Sharon Mcgreevey, who is here. And let's give Sharon a hand for all of the work that Sharon has done, particularly lately with the issue with the veterans' homes, the lives we lost at Menlo Park and in Paramus. And her work, Jack's work, their diligence to let us know through the families who called us what the conditions were like there, and helped us to respond in kind to help to protect those in the facility going forward. And we also usually have, Fleet Week. This is Fleet Week, and for the first time, the ships are in. They had the parade of ships today in New York in the harbor, and just because of the COVID restrictions, we couldn't go again this year. But we're looking forward to next year. To those 2 buses or 3 buses we send veterans over. They have a terrific time meeting those young men and women who were serving on those ships, who were, these veterans see them and they put themselves in their position years ago. It's kind of like a weird looking glass. You go back in time to the years you spent in the Navy or the Marines or in service to the country. So we're going to do all we can for next year to get those guys and gals back to New York to see the ships and to meet the servicemen and women on those ships. One of my honors today is to give a citation, a proclamation to one of the veterans we're recognizing today. And if we can ask Captain Robert Allen Pitts to come forward. I'll just read the proclamation and why it is that we're honoring Captain Pitts. Captain Robert Allen Pitts graduated from the United States Military Academy in 1969, followed by Airborne School and the Field Artillery Basic Course before being assigned to the 82nd Airborne Division at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. In 1971, Captain Pitts was deployed to the Republic of Vietnam, where he participated in 25 aerial missions over hostile territory before taking command of an artillery battalion responsible for port security near Da Nang, and later Saigon. He served as an operations staff officer in the Army Advisory Group, the Armor Command, the Ranger Command, and the Airborne Division, coordinating responsibilities well beyond his rank. Captain Pitts returned home to complete additional training before being reassigned to the U.S. Army in Europe, where he served as a battalion liaison officer and motor officer with an impressive record of superior operations management and a host of decorations that attest to his exceptional abilities, including the National Defense Medal, the Bronze Star Medal, the Air Force Honor Medal, Class Number 1, and the Army Commendation Medal with 2 oak leaf clusters. And as we rededicate ourselves to the concept of liberty and human dignity and individual justice that have consistently influenced the conduct of this nation, we're so proud to be able to provide and give to Captain Pitts this recognition for his years in service to our country, which I know didn't stop when he left the military, continues to serve our community today. Captain Pitts, thank you for your service. This is from the legislature. This proclamation is from Mayor McCormick and the town council, acknowledging your great work and your dedication to our country. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I really don't know what to say. I'm a veteran like many other veterans. I feel like I hope that I did my duty during the years that I served. I know many others have given much more than I gave and would like to be here today but can't be here today. So on behalf of all the veterans that did their jobs, I accept this honor only as a tribute to them. Thank you very much.
Still rough getting up and down from that chair. Next, we'd like to call Assembly Speaker Craig Coughlin.
John, thank you. Thank you, John, and good morning, everybody. It is a real pleasure and privilege to be with you again this year. It's nice to have some sense of normalcy and to be able to come together, so I'm delighted to be here. I want to take a second to recognize Commissioner Charlie Kenny, who is with us today. Charlie, thank you for being here. Charlie is, as you all may recall, he's the folks who started to support the troops rally that we annually celebrate here in Woodbridge, taken over by the capable hands of Councilwoman Meehan, so let's give them both a round of applause for that. I'd like to thank everyone who came out today, everyone who is here, whether you're a veteran or not, for your commitment to this community, to the recognition of the brave men and women who we remember this weekend for making the ultimate sacrifice, and for all of the women and men and women who have served now and are currently serving. You know, we only need to pick up a newspaper or to turn on a television to understand that democracy isn't something that is the natural order, that it's something that needs to be protected and defended, and that's a constant mission. We can't take it for granted, and the men and women who serve in our military do that each and every day, and we're very fortunate to have that. But it's a chance for us to come together to celebrate that and to celebrate that spirit. And I'd like to take a couple seconds just to thank our incredible staff at the 19th Legislative District. Everybody's here. Thank you for all you've done to put this together year after year and to bring us together to celebrate. Thank my colleague, Senator Vitale has been the heart of this event for so long, and Assemblywoman Lopez is just as good as it gets. So thank you both for being here. And we'd all of us would be remiss if we didn't remember Jack Mcgreevey today. To me, he embodied what a veteran was about: caring and commitment, being dedicated to something bigger and more important than yourself. And I think all of us will remember him as we go forward for that. And congratulations to you, to the other honorees. But I have the happy privilege now of calling up, what was your title, Ray? Third Class Petty Officer Raymond Ray Orris. Ray, yeah, let's give him a big round of applause. And his niece is here, so I'm going to ask Councilwoman Meehan to join me up here to present these proclamations. Debbie is his niece, and if you didn't know that, little family history. Uncle Ray, as she calls him. For us, we just call him Ray. And we're all fortunate for having known him. Ray enlisted in the United States Navy in 1963. He was sent off to Memphis, where he received his training, and then came back here to serve right here in New Jersey at the Joint Bases. He's a mechanic who's dedicated himself to the service to our country while he was in the military. And as so many of us have come to know him over the course of time after that, somebody who is deeply committed to Woodbridge, to veterans, and to making this community a better place. So, Ray, on behalf of all of us in the legislature, Democrats and Republicans alike, Senate and Assembly alike, it is my privilege to present you with this proclamation recognizing your great service to our country and to our community, and thank you very much. And I'd like to ask Councilwoman Meehan to present her uncle with the mayor's certification.
This is the Mayor's Award for the Tertiary Service Veteran, Third Class Petty Officer Raymond G. Orris, United States Air Force Aircraft Mechanic. Congratulations.
You don't have to kiss me.
I can give you a card.
Okay.
You're secure with that masculine.
Yeah.
You want me to say something? Sure, please. I had to ask if I could say something. I'm going to lift the microphone up a little, Craig, if you don't mind. Yeah. This year, for the first time in 2 years, we did the Poppy Drive in Woodbridge, and God bless the whole community. They're so giving. And it's nice to see people's faces and smiles. That's what we missed for the past 2 years, is seeing smiles. But I realized at this age and time of my life that I was given an obligation My first name is Ramon, R-A-M-O-N. When I was a kid in grammar school, that didn't work too well because that was different than everybody that was Raymond. But Ramon was my dad's best friend. Ramon, his brother, and his dad went to Europe to fight in World War II. His dad and brother were killed. The Army Air Corps brought Ramon home so that he would survive the war. He was training pilots down in the Carolinas, and a young pilot froze at the stick, and they were crashed, and they were both killed. Ramon's family is no longer in existence. The mom passed away, and that was the end of that family. And I try to explain to people that that's the sacrifice that so many of our brothers and sisters have given up, is that she gave her whole family. And it's hard for any of us to understand that. And so that's what I try to explain to people now, at this point in my life, that there is a cost for us sitting here and having the privilege of being able to speak out and say our minds. And I would like to thank everybody here for acknowledging all my brothers and sisters that know what it's like. Thank you so much.
We'd now like to have Assemblyman Lopez.
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? Thank you. You know, it's such a pleasure to be here this morning. To come together as a community to celebrate and honor Memorial Day. And more importantly, we lost an amazing soul in this community. We lost an amazing soul in the state of New Jersey. Jack Mcgreevey was such an amazing person. He gave his life to service. And I know that he's resting in peace now. And I know that he's dancing with the angels in heaven. Okay, thank you. So today it is my honor to recognize an extraordinary son, father, brother, and Marine, the love of my life, Sam Delgado. Major Sam Delgado served in the United States Marine Corps from 1978 to 1983, and then on reserve duty from 1983 to 2000, holding titles as a combat communications officer and military advisor. Come here, Sam. Yeah, come over here. Sam's career in the military earned him praise, especially in his work in Haiti, where he was an integral part of a multinational force during Operation Uphold Democracy in Cap Haitian. Sam has also received a host of commendations and awards attesting to his extraordinary abilities, such as the National Defense Medal and Armed Forces Reserve Ribbon. After his successful military career, Sam committed himself to helping communities throughout New Jersey through his work with Verizon. Sam has been an immense and strong advocate and champion in recognizing and honoring the Borinqueneers, an all Puerto Rican Army regiment that fought in the Korean War for their service. Sam embodies the values of service, leadership, selflessness, and commitment, and today I'm proud to be the one to present him with this joint legislative resolution honoring his service to our country and state. Please join me in congratulating my husband, Sam Delgado. That's from the mayor.
Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, sweetheart. You know, thank God there's no word in Spanish for nepotism, so. Thank you very much, and Sharon, I want to thank you and Jack for this honor, recommending me. You know, his generation's almost gone. You know, they're the ones that held this country together, and through their shared experience in the Depression. I think we've had this conversation. I've had this conversation with your brother during the Depression and World War II. They worked long hours in factories just to make ends meet. They're the ones that landed, in Normandy. They landed in Anzio and Iwo Jima. And through their shared collective experience, they made this country great and held it together. We no longer have that generation's going soon. So I want to thank that generation for what they've done. People like, George, if you have George McGovern, probably one of the most liberal politicians who flew 35 combat missions in Europe, and President George W. Herbert Bush that flew 58 combat missions, worked together. That's the example that generation exhibited, all of us. And I have hope. That we can still do that in this country. An example, I want to recognize my son who's sitting over there in the corner. He's a lot like his father. That's exactly where I would sit too, Christopher. Christopher, if you could just stand up, please. My son, active duty Army, U.S. Army. He's a career Army officer. He's on an assignment here in New Jersey as Director of Army Recruiting for Northern New Jersey. 7 recruiting stations. But in a uniquely New Jersey story, he has a young executive officer, First Lieutenant, who just came down from 10th Mountain Division by the name of Jack Ciccarelli Jr., who works for my son. So you have a son of a Democrat and a son of a Republican working together for a common cause. And I see that as an example of how we can work together. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
I'd like to now call up Mayor of Woodbridge, Mayor John McCormick.
Thank you very much. I'd first like to thank Sharon Mcgreevey for her efforts putting this together. You know that if your dad was here, he'd be sitting right next to you, but he was always proud of you. He's up in heaven watching down for the first time seeing a military event in Woodbridge that he's not at. I want to congratulate Senator Vitale, Assemblyman Coughlin, and Assemblywoman Lopez. There is no better legislative office in the state of New Jersey dealing with veterans issues than these three and the people they have in their office. They deserve a whole lot of credit. And even though Jack is gone, we're going to continue his legacy by being the best at it. I want to recognize all the honorees. Each has terrific resumes, and you all deserve the honor today. I'd like to recognize, and John thanked everybody, John Eberhard. I served with him in the administration back in the 90s under then Mayor Jim Mcgreevey, and he was the rec director. I was the CFO. We got to know him. I go way back with him to Boy Scout Troop 49 in Island back in the 70s. And when John, when I first became mayor, John said to me, we've got to revitalize the Veterans Alliance. That's one thing he wanted to do. I said, you have the idea, you run with it, you get it done. He brought back the Veterans Parade. He brought back so many other veteran activities in the township of Woodbridge, and I can't tell you how proud I am to be a friend and a colleague of John Eberhard. We have some council people here. Councilman Greg Ficarra, you already heard from Councilwoman Debbie Meehan. We have Councilwoman Sharon McAuliffe and former Councilwoman and current Township Historian Brenda Velasco. Thank you all for being out. We have a very busy weekend this weekend, as you can imagine. Sunday, there's 2 events. Monday, I think there's 7. We have a total of 6 different VFWs. We have 3 different American Legions. We have the Reinhardt Detachment of the Marine Corps League, all having some kind of ceremony. You can refer to the township webpage. In fact, the News Tribune had a front page story today with all of the schedule for everything happening in Woodbridge Township. So please check that out and attend if you can. So when I walked in today, I saw the cake. And I said, how nice is that to have a cake for my birthday today? It is my birthday today. And then I looked and I said, it's not for me. It is for a man who I am very proud to share a birthday with. And for the last, since I've known Stu Brandow, we have always traded calls. We've always traded cards. We've always traded notes. on our birthdays. I'm a very young 64. Stu is an even younger 98 today. And Stu stood for the Army, he stood for the Navy, he stood for the Air Force. In a couple of years, when they play the Space Force theme song, I think Stu's going to be standing for that one. He did everything else. So I just want to say, Stu, you are the epitome of veterans in Woodbridge Township. You go to every single event. You're so well known. You're a terrific representative of all the armed forces. And it gives me great pleasure to lead the crowd here in the singing of Happy Birthday to you. So 1, 2, 3, folks. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Stooby Dooby Dooby Doo. Happy birthday to you. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's not in the program, but I'd like to call up Senator Vitale again, and Sharon, if you can come up here.
Come on up, Sharon. Good. Hi. So this is a surprise. It wasn't on the program, but we also have
Oh my gosh.
some flowers for you. So we're really lucky enough and honored to have two resolutions here today. One is for Sharon Mcgreevey, the other is for Jack Mcgreevey. And we all know Sharon, we all know Jack, and the work, the dedication, and they don't do it for the proclamation. I mean, Jack and Sharon, especially Jack, when he run these programs, you know, he would literally, we've handed out dozens and dozens of proclamations over the years to veterans who deserve it. Stu is Silver Star recipient. We were able to pin a Silver Star on Stu a few years ago. And that was because of Jack's determination to get Stu his Silver Star, because of the heroism that he displayed in World War II, literally dodging bullets to save comrades on the field of battle. And that's something that Jack did as an example of his service to our country and to our veterans. And you know, this proclamation is, we have one for Jack, and this is for Sharon, just to let her know how much we appreciate her. I love her and all the work that she's done for our office and particularly for all the veterans and for her dad over the years. So Sharon, there's another proclamation you can hang on your wall with all the others. Thank you.
Thanks. It is such an amazing honor. Thank you so much. My dad loved to serve veterans. It was his favorite, most amazing thing to do. He felt it was a great honor to do every day. And it's because of Senator Vitale and Speaker Coughlin and Assemblywoman Lopez that he had this opportunity. District 19 legislators are the best. They hold veterans in their heart and they bring it to legislation. So it was wonderful for my dad every day. It was wonderful for me to be part of it. The office is incredible. Lori McCabe, Crystal, everyone. They held it together. They supported my dad and they loved him, Iris, every day. Thank you, everyone, for your love and your appreciation, and I'm so grateful.
We also have a state resolution for Jack Mcgreevey. The Senate and General Assembly of the State of New Jersey note with sadness the death of John Jack Mcgreevey, a highly esteemed resident of the Garden State who passed from his life on May 12, 2022 at the age of 93. And Jack Mcgreevey served our nation with honor in the United States Marine Corps in Japan, China, and Guam, rising to the rank of sergeant. And while stationed in San Diego, he made an immeasurable contribution to the Corps as a drill instructor. No stranger to the legislative process in New Jersey state politics, John Mcgreevey was a distinguished consultant, ardent supporter, and when warranted, an unabashed critic of this state's 52nd governor, his beloved son, James Edward Mcgreevey. And whereas in his role as a legislative aide in the state's 19th legislative district, John Mcgreevey worked tirelessly to address the needs of veterans by securing benefits and placements into veterans' homes, obtaining government-guaranteed entitlements, tracking down documentation and paperwork, and arranging bus trips to Fleet Week events. And whereas John Mcgreevey compiled an exemplary record of steadfast commitment to this nation's veterans as chair of the New Jersey World War II Monument Commission, as a member of the Stakeholders Committee at the East Orange Veterans Administration Medical Center, and as a member of the Avenel Detachment of the Marine Corps League, the VFW, the American Legion, the China Marine Association, Drill Instructors Association. And whereas John Mcgreevey was upheld in his life's endeavors by his late wife, Veronica, and he took enormous pride in his children, James, Caroline, and Sharon, and delighted to the company of his grandchildren, Morak, Jacqueline, Christopher, and Catherine, and whereas the family and friends of John Mcgreevey will always cherish his valuable and irreplaceable presence in their lives, will forever hold for him an honored place in their hearts. Thank you.
Well, it's been a very busy morning. We had honored some very spectacular veterans here, continuing community service. We thank all you veterans out there. We honor our good friend Jack Mcgreevey, and we honored Sharon, who worked tirelessly to put this together. Sharon is unbelievable. She made a phone call and said, I need you to talk a little bit. And the entire program, ladies and gentlemen, was put together by Sharon, so it's a terrific job. I'm sorry, yeah, and Senator Vitale and Craig Coughlin's aides, they were also excellent. Right now, we did the birthday. I want to wish everybody a very happy Memorial Day, thoughtful Memorial Day. As Ray had said, take 1 or 2 minutes out of the day and just think about those that gave all. All of us gave some gave all. And with that, we'd like to hear the playing of taps, and in your hearts, please remember Jack as you hear taps. Two. Folks, that's for all the veterans out there. They would have held that salute forever if I didn't say two. Marines who were segregated. They were separate from Parris Island. It was the all-black unit. They were not allowed to be part of Parris Island. They started this organization, Mudford Point Marines, And Jack and I were honored to be a member of it. With me is Nate Irwin, and they also had a resolution for Jack. And it just, I don't want to read the entire thing, but part of it really touches home is whereas Jack Mcgreevey's infinite selflessness and benevolence will shine on through his family's vivid and happy memories, his insight and strength will forever serve as a beacon of love, light, and hope to the countless lives he touched. And that just explains Jack quite a bit. Nate, thank you very much.
I know they don't go out.
Yeah, they do.
Congratulations.